Live with Ches, we up next. Live with Ches, sports prepared. Live with Ches, live up next. Live with Ches, we're the best. Live with Ches, live up next.
Hello. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to another episode of Live with Ches. I'm your humble host, Cameron Chester, and today we are talking NFL football. Let's get right into the news. So let's start off with the review of Week 3. We start with the Patriots and Jets. Jets won 24-3. Aaron Rodgers did his thing. Really good throw to Garrett Wilson. Conklin 8. Mike Williams looks healthy after ACL tear. For the Patriots, doesn't look good. Your defense did not look good. Your offense stalled. Drake May, though, at the end, he did a little bit of drive, but your O-line did not help him at all. Next, we have the Giants and Browns. And Browns, your season seems like it's over. I'm going to be honest. Like, the way Deshaun is playing, you might as well put in Winston and see what happens, but it might be over because you lost to the Giants. I mean, Malik Neighbors ate. I was surprised the way he ate, just based on the Browns' defense. But, Daniel Jones looked semi-better than Deshaun Watson. But Giants won that 21-15. Next, we have a crazy game. Eagles versus Saints. The Red Hot Saints coming in. They're home and trying to take care of business. But no, they were stalled by the Eagles' defense more, especially their defensive line. Carter just destroyed everything in his path. The offensive coordinator for the Saints was just weak the whole game. Defense was holding for the Saints, but towards the end, the Eagles found a way with Saquon Barkley running up the middle of the field, scoring, and then at the end finding Dallas Goedert taking it all the way down to like the 5-yard line, and the Eagles just punching it in and basically ending the game. The game ended basically after Derek Carr threw that interception. But the Saints look very questionable, and the Eagles, I would say, questionable. Like, they could have lost that game. Sirianni was making some bad choices, should have just kicked the field goal. But yeah, both teams made bad decisions, and the Eagles got away with that one. And the Eagles won 15-12 against the Saints. Vikings, they beat the Texans 34-7. Sam Darnold, 4 touchdowns, looked crazy, looked like the first round quarterback he was supposed to be where he got drafted. But yeah, the Vikings are red hot right now. They're undefeated. Texans, questionable things right now. You're supposed to be a top team right now, and you're low-key playing very mediocre. And yeah, that recent game, that's crazy. But next we have the Broncos versus the Buccaneers, and the Broncos handled things 26-7 away. Baker Mayfield was not doing anything. Bo Nix looked way better than Mayfield, and Bo Nix has been having a tough first 2 games, but he came through for his team. Next we have the Packers versus Titans. Hey, Malik doing his thing. He is doing his thing. They beat the Titans 30-14. The Packers are a serious team, and like I said earlier, if you're watching my earlier videos, I said the Packers would be a top dark horse team, but they look like they could be serious contenders right now. Next we have the Bears versus Colts. AR gets that win. Colts won 21-16, but based on Caleb's kind of struggling performance, he had 2 touchdowns but also 2 interceptions and a fumble. Roma Duze gets his first 100-yard game. Congratulations to him. But yeah, the Colts go away with that one. Steelers versus Chargers. Herbert got hurt, that ankle, and that was tough for the Chargers, and the Steelers will end up winning 20-10. The Steelers defense is something serious. Justin Fields is looking decent, very decent. Nothing too crazy, but he's not turning over the ball. He looks sharp with his throws, even though it's like a bunch of underneath throws and stuff like that, but he's being smart with the ball, and that's important. So the Steelers are undefeated, and yeah, they're doing them, leading the AFC North. Next we have the Dolphins versus Seahawks, and I think many have expected, especially after Tua's injury, the Dolphins offense would struggle. The Seahawks won 24-3. Next we have the Panthers versus Raiders, and Andy Dalton hopped in his 2011 bag, hopped in his former Bengals bag, and led the Panthers to a win over the Raiders, 36-22. Andy Dalton throwing 3 touchdowns. Had Deontay Johnson looking nice. Had Chubb Hubbard doing his thing too. And yeah, Panthers won that one. 49ers versus Rams, really good game. Rams came back and won that one. Matthew Stafford is one of them. I don't want to hear nothing. He is a Hall of Famer. Even with no Puka, no Cooper Kupp, he was still able to get that win against the 49ers. But a lot of people have been saying the 49ers defense been looking very shaky this season. 49ers, what's happening? People are saying injuries and stuff like that, but hey man, it's NFL. You got to prepare for the unexpected. And the Rams won 27-24. Next, we have the Lions versus Cardinals. Lions find a way to get a dub. They won 20-13. That hook and ladder touchdown was really cool. Next, we have the Ravens versus Cowboys, and the Ravens were running all over the Cowboys. Cowboys defense is just very, very mediocre right now this season. Dak is already kind of struggling with his offense, but towards the end they came back. But if you watch the game, you can see the Ravens were definitely controlling the game. But the Ravens low-key have a problem in the fourth quarter because they just letting people come back out of nowhere. But yeah, next we have the Chiefs versus Falcons. This was a pretty good game. I thought it was going to be a blowout, but they handled things on both sides for the defenses. But yeah, Chiefs find a way to win. Yeah, Falcons had a couple mistakes. Kirk throwing an interception. Hey, player of the game was Nick Bolton. Nick Bolton was everywhere for the defense for the Chiefs. And this wasn't Patrick's strongest game either. So, yeah, I would have to say Nick Bolton was player of the game. And the Chiefs won 22-17 against the Falcons. Next, we have the Jaguars versus the Bills. Bills won 47-10. Josh Allen looked electric. Just destroyed that Jaguars defense. Jaguar fans, y'all should be screaming right now. Trevor Lawrence does not look amazing at all. How do you not do anything with all those weapons you have? It's just crazy. Like, he got paid all that money and he just looks so mediocre, and he's supposed to be the next Andrew Luck. That was surprising. And finally we have the Commanders versus Bengals, and the Commanders walked away with the win. I mean, at first it looked like it was going to be a blowout, but then the Bengals started coming back towards the fourth quarter. But the Commanders won 38-33. Yeah, just Jaden Daniels is here, folks. Jaden Daniels is here. Joe Burrow did okay. He did his thing, but just the Bengals defense. The Bengals defense just let the Commanders throw all over them, just run in any lanes. Yeah, they did their thing. Jaden Daniels did his thing. Really good throws. Terry is here. Even though he had a quiet first 2 weeks, he was patient. Many people have said he was waiting for Jaden Daniels to lock in, and he locked in at the right time. And Zach Ertz also ate in that game. And I feel like that connection between Daniels and Zach Ertz is going to do very well in the future. So now let me get to my biggest winners and losers. So my first biggest loser, I would say, I'm going to reverse this time. I'm going to start with the losers. The first biggest losers is the Cleveland Browns. Your season probably is over. I'm sorry. Things do not look good. Deshaun does not look good. Your defense is supposed to be a top defense, but it's just I mean, I understand they got to keep going back on the field after Deshaun chokes, but you're supposed to hold things down, and you're in a tough division. And yeah, so that's my first loser. My second loser, I would have to say, is the Texans. You got blown out by the Vikings. Like, the Vikings are good. I'm not gonna cap, the Vikings are good, but Texas, you're supposed to be as good as them, and you got blown out 34-7. That is crazy. That is very crazy. And all that hype seems to be dwindling down right now for the Texans. So CJ and D'Amico got to figure out what's up. And number 3, I thought about the Bears. I thought about the Dolphins, but it wouldn't be fair because the Bears have a rookie quarterback and the Dolphins don't have Tua. But I'm going to have to go with, also thought about the Raiders too, but I have to go with the Tennessee Titans. Things are not going well right now. Levis is not helping right now. Even though at first, earlier in the game, he got those touchdowns. DeAndre Hopkins looked like the old DeAndre Hopkins for a few seconds, but things are not going well, and your defense just got torched by the backup QB of the Packers. Next, let me go to my biggest winners. I would have to say number one, the Philadelphia Eagles, because that was a very iffy game for them. Sirianni was making some questionable calls. Jalen Hurts was turning over the ball, but Saquon and Goddard came to the rescue, and also that defense. So I would have to say they're the biggest winners of Week 3 because they saved Sirianni's life. Number two, I would have to say the Steelers. The Steelers are legit. They're, I wouldn't say super legit, but manageable on offense and really good on defense. And Mike Tomlin, again, legendary coach, legendary defensive mind, doing his thing. Number three, my final winner, I would have to say is, I was thinking about the Chiefs, I was thinking about the Ravens, but I'm about to go with the Rams because the Rams offense looked decent, looked really good. Matthew Stafford, Tutu Atwell, Kyron Williams, that offense still looks pretty good, and as long as you have Matthew Stafford, you could do anything, and Sean McVay. So shout out to the Rams, great win. And yeah, that's gonna be all, folks. Tell me what you think, like and subscribe, please comment, and it's been your boy Cameron Chester, and it's been Live with Ches.
Live with Ches, we're the best. Live with Ches, live up next.